9 years ago, I received my death sentence. So if you ever wondered what the terminal cancer patient who overlived his expiration date looks like, you're looking at one. I was diagnosed with 2 types of cancer, kidney cancer and pancreatic cancer, with almost 0 chance to survive. I was told I have 6 months to live. Only 6 months. My name is Tamir Gilat. Israelis might remember me as a professional goalkeeper for Maccabi Tel Aviv. Thanks to my Jewish parents, I'm probably the only professional soccer player that studied law at Tel Aviv University while playing professionally in the first division. The professional community remembers me as an accomplished lawyer and a successful businessman. Friends knew me as a happy family man. I was the guy who had it all. Until one day, this all came to a sudden stop. In February 2011, I received my first death sentence. A black curtain dropped down on my life. I felt that the game was over. One doctor told me, Tamir, you have no chance to live. Forget about treatments. Take a trip around the world. I said, no way. My youngest daughter, Mia, was only 18 months old. Gabriel was 3 years old. Alma was 13. I knew that if I die now, my toddlers would never get to know their father. I decided to do it my way. I made a commitment to stay alive for my 3 girls, for my family, and for our future. No wonder this doctor is no longer on my team. My deep desire was to leave my daughters with guidance on how to live a meaningful life. That was 9 years ago, 3,285 days ago. People ask me, Tamir, what is your secret? I don't have any secrets. It's just my way. My way is composed of 3 G's that I like to call my TGs. T stands for Tamir, and the G's are goals, giving, and gratitude. By set goals, by giving to others, and by developing gratitude, you can achieve self-sufficiency, joy, and the ability to cope with personal catastrophes. When cancer patients receive a death sentence, the present suddenly gets a whole different meaning. Nothing is certain anymore. Will I be happy to drink coffee tomorrow at sunrise? Will I make it to my daughter's next birthday? And what about preparing this TED Talk? I had 0 certainty whether I will make it or not. Strange feelings of doing everything for the last time. As a close friend once told me, Tamir, in your condition, I wouldn't even buy green bananas. Soon after I was diagnosed, I went through a complicated surgery. Some major internal organs were cut and taken out, and I started chemotherapy. This is when I first met my angel, pancreatic cancer specialist, Dr. Talia Golan of Sheba Medical Center. I put my life in her hands with a big, trusting smile. Things started to look a bit better. But soon after, I once again felt something was out of harmony in my body. I called Dr. Golan and told her, I have good news and bad news. The good news is, I don't need any more chemotherapy. The bad news is, the cancer is back. That can't be. It's too soon, she said. Unfortunately, I was right. The cancer was back, this time in my liver. That was my second death sentence in 6 months, with no right to appeal. I went to bed at night knowing I need to prepare my family for our final goodbyes. Next morning, Dr. Golan told me about a new clinical experimental trial that could extend life expectancy by a few months. That was my first encounter to cancer research. She gave me a pile of documents to read. I laughed and said, where do I sign? She said, you're a lawyer, aren't you going to read it? Well, considering the fact you just told me I have only a few months to live, won't it be a waste of precious time reading those boring legal documents? Immediately, I started taking 16 pills twice a day. Things started to look good again. Until in October 2015, I received my third death sentence. My whole body was full of metastases. I went through my second complicated surgery. Most of my remaining internal organs were cut and taken out, and I was advised to a new clinical experimental trial, immunotherapy treatments. Once again, cancer research saved my life. Soon after my first diagnosis, goal, the first G of my 3 TGs was defined. My wife Karen initiated a fundraising event at our home for ICRF, the Israel Cancer Research Fund. She told me ICRF philanthropically supports cancer research in Israel. And every year, ICRF constructs the dream team of the brightest Israeli cancer researchers. That evening, I experienced an enlightenment. I realized that I have the key for making people understand the importance of cancer research. It is my personal goal to convey the message that it is our social responsibility to support cancer research, as it is the only way to overcome the 21st century plague. I am a living proof that cancer research works. By becoming ambassadors and supporting this cause, we all can save lives and secure the future of our children. My second G is giving. My Buddhism practice introduced me to karma. Many people mistakenly think that good karma means good luck, while it really means good and meaningful actions. My way aims toward good karma, meaning good and doing good. Thanks to my journey, I realize that giving love and support to cancer patients is the fundamental source of hope and energy for them. And it also upholds my own mental strength. My destiny as an emotional and mental supporter to cancer patients was defined back in 1985 when my beloved father, Isaac, was diagnosed with lung cancer. My father passed away in my arms at our home. He was only 51 years old. I was 23. After I escaped my second death sentence, cancer patients started calling me. And this is how my magical circle of giving began. One of them, a famous pancreatic cancer doctor, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He used to call me and say, "Tamir, you cannot give me medical advice, but just talking to you helps me cope with my misery." Supporting terminal cancer patients is complicated and challenging and often heartbreaking. At the same time, it is a privilege and the most rewarding feeling I have ever felt. I invite you all to find your own personal way to inspire and support others. A disabled family member, your elderly neighbor, or a total stranger in need. It will enrich you and very likely will be the most noble feeling you have ever felt. The only things you really own are the things you give. I supported hundreds of cancer patients in my life, but the most heartbreaking time was with my wife, Karen. Karen struggled with cancer since 2003. She passed away in my arms on June 14th, 2017. My third G is gratitude. I still have metastasized in my liver and in my spine. I take immunotherapy treatments every 3 weeks. Most of my internal organs were cut and taken out, and I'm challenged with severe side effects. I need to balance my body with tens of pills and injections every day. Some days are not so easy. Yet, here I am, 100% present in the present. I devote my life to cancer research as the Israeli chairman of ICRF, and I mentally escort, support cancer patients and their families. I realize that by managing my illness, I can reinvent myself. I can create meaningful vision and becoming self-sufficient by caring and giving to others. I wake up every morning feeling grateful for every breath I take. And I'm so happy for making it to this TED Talk tonight. Viktor Frankl, the famous Holocaust survivor, cited Friedrich Nietzsche and said, "Those who have a why to live for can bear with almost any how." The guidance I want to leave my 3 beautiful daughters, and I'm also offering to you, is the 3 TGs for a better life: goals, giving, gratitude. Set goals and have a positive purpose for living. Give and care for others as a way of life. Be grateful for your share. And always remember to look at the bright side of life. Thank you.